Hey, how you doing? I know this topic is probably going to, um, whoever watches it, is probably not going to settle well with some, and others it may. But be it that may, I'm going to say what I'm going to say anyway. So, um, we have become a place that I never dreamed growing up. And when I say growing up, I mean after an adult stage of life that I never dreamed that we would ever see in my lifetime. Never. We have now become a nation that is completely spun out of control. I've never seen so many things in one time that's happening. It is absolutely impossible to make it up. It's absolutely impossible to even try to talk about something. There's so many things that are tugging at people. I don't see how you could get on here and flip through things to watch. One, you wouldn't have time if you tried. Another, it's either repeating of the same thing or it is absolutely so toxic and so detrimental to your mental health that you can't watch it. One way or the other. You know, I've seen a lot of really big content people that produce a lot of big content. People that's got a couple 100,000 people on one channel, or maybe have a couple of channels that's got that many over it. And the things that they're putting out on their channels, I don't know if they're reaching. I know they have a lot of people doing their editing for them and all this stuff, because they don't do that anymore. They have people that work for them and send them this stuff and do it, because they don't have the time to do this, to look this stuff up and do it. And admittedly, they don't have the time. And I've watched several big content people that has fallen from grace quick. They're either falling from grace or by chance going up a little. And the ones I've seen, you go to the comments and people are tearing them up, telling them this is not what I clicked to watch. This is not what I subscribe for. You know, one thing, you don't have to give your notice if you're leaving. Just leave. I do it all the time. I watch somebody, and if it starts getting to something, you go down to your little subscription button and hit it. That's it. You'll never see it again, or maybe you won't. I don't know. But to get on a comment section and throw an absolute tantrum like a child, like you're going to matter. That one person. Now, if you have I've seen some people have even said that their last video they put out, they lost thousands of subscribers. Now, when you do that, you've touched a bad nerve with someone, or you've disappointed someone tremendously. And by me saying this like that, I don't have to worry about none of that, obviously. And like I've always said, I do this for a vent. I never expect to get very many people. It's just something I never had an expectation of. If I do, wonderful. And I will do my best to keep everybody that I have. But one thing I'm not going to do, folks, so I'm just going to set it straight right here, right now, is I'm not going to waste your time with foolishness. I'm not going to waste your time clickbaiting you and trying to get you to watch something that is not what you intended on. And if it is, I apologize, because that's not what I want to do. Anybody that watches me is going to watch for one reason, because I'm trying to tell something that I know to be a fact, not something I heard or not something I don't know anything about. I'm trying to stay with things that I know, not speculation. So many people on here are very speculative on, I didn't say that right, but you know what I mean. And sometimes I rush my words because I get in a hurry. I'm watching these minutes tick by, and I know what people's attention span is. And sometimes I have more to say than that clock is letting me say. And I don't mean to get off topic like now, but I'm using this as an explanation time. So please bear with me for a second. But what it's about is we cannot attentively watch anything without looking down and seeing what's underneath. If you just stopped on it and you didn't click, if you just stopped on it, you're looking, you can see below you what the next is. Then if you scroll off it, next thing you do, you're up 3 or 4 and you're watching something else. You didn't even watch 2 minutes of the other one. There's so much stuff that draws your attention to a heading on a video or what the description is that you can read. You don't really have a chance to watch what you thought you wanted to watch, if you get what I mean. I just sit here and watch the man, and it's just a short. This man was 102 years old. And I'm reading because I had to write it down because this is phenomenal. 102 years old, he bowls, plays tennis, and he skates. And this man was as alert, well, probably as much as I am. I mean, I'm 59 years old. This man was married for 72 years, had 7 girls, 9 boys. His oldest is 82. His youngest daughter is 36. He has 69 grandchildren, 39 great-grandchildren, 19 great-great-grandchildren. This man is responsible for 150 people being on this earth. How many times do you see that? Or you'll never see that again. That was in the pre-boomer generation. That was before this man fought in World War II. Before any of my parents was born. I find that phenomenal. Not and standing there talking just like I am right now. Clear-headed, I mean on point. I had to say everything I said to get to this point I just read. And I'll even tell you where you can watch the original video. I copied it and I thought I'm gonna do a reaction video to this. Nah. And I'm just gonna spell it to you. At OLCAMINO dot silver. Pause that and replay it if you need to. It's phenomenal. Watch this man. He is like a man that's 50 years younger than him. When I seen this guy, I thought, wow, his wife had all these children, then grandchildren. How in the world did you pull this off? Then I got to thinking, a lot of these grew up in my brother, even before my brother. So that's why. Because the money went a long way. Folks, this guy was absolutely the most genuine thing that I've seen in a long time. Amazing. Absolutely. For one man and a woman responsible for 150 people. We can't even get two people together to be responsible for one. So, what does that tell you how things have changed? Sure, money was different then. Sure. Absolutely. But now, here's the other issue we have. Not only, and I'm going to tell you flat out, and I voted this way. I voted for what I thought was the least of the two evils. But what we've been put through has been a meat grinder. Still is. And now he's taking over the strait and calling it America and over there. If this isn't trying to throw us dead up into World War III, there ain't nothing else that's going to happen. And then not only that, but we're throwing in now to the house market is falling, which it needs to. But you're talking about something that's going to fall way lower than it did in 2008, and most of us on here can remember 2008 very well. And you got all the young Gen Z people and even some of the millennials cheering for it. What do you think's going to happen when the housing market falls? So is your job market. So is everything. But none of the food's going to go cheaper. The gas is not going to go cheaper. Your living expenses are not going to go cheaper. Just there's not going to be any more jobs. Be less jobs. There's going to be the economy is going to just tank out. All of your 401ks, all your investments, the stock market. The housing market just don't affect the houses, folks. It affects everything. I'm seeing this, and I'm sitting here talking to people my age, so you already know this. You're thinking, yep, it sure does. Why are you telling us for? Because if there's anybody cheering this on, man, you better do some research. You better do some research on what you're cheering for. Sure, I'd love to see the economy get back squared up again and the housing market get back again to where people can afford a home to live in and rent. I would love to, but not at the expense of everything that we have goes straight to the dumpster. You talking about a wretched way of life that you won't exist. That's what I meant when I closed my video off yesterday. 90 days. 90 days. This world, you won't even recognize it again in 90 days. And boy, if I've ever said anything that I hope and pray I am so wrong that I will be embarrassed by how wrong I am. I really, really do. But I don't see how any of us is going to survive. It can't keep going like this, folks. It can't. I don't care what kind of money you make, what kind of debt you don't have. There's only so many jobs you can lose until it starts affecting the jobs that are stable. It starts affecting them too. Our food. They closed another plant. Tyson did. That's 3. Going to be 4. And I told you the one in Illinois did over between 2,000 and 3,000 head of cattle a day. Man, I'm going to tell you what, that's processing a lot of meat. You're talking about animals at least 600 pounds plus. And you're talking about a lot of work going on there. And just completely stop. Crickets. It's going to take, in the food industry, it'll take about a month for us to see the fallout from this. Your beef, if you think paying $6 or $7 for ground beef is high now, wait. Give it 45 days and see what the price is then. It's going to be astronomical. Astronomical of what we're heading to. Folks, I know this ain't a ray of sunshine video, but you go out there and find me one. Because I look a lot whenever I get a chance. I've got two, what I feel is the most stablest positions. One, I farm. I raise my meat. I raise things. I grow things. I have things that to consume. But they're trying to cut out our beef processing here. To buy stuff from Argentina. To buy cattle from Argentina for 40 cents a pound. And it's on a ship for 7 to 8 days. Not alive, mind you. Dead. Brought in here. They're trying to ruin the American way of life. All of our food here that we get that's fresh here. All of our food, all of it, coming from someplace else. And it's going to affect everybody in America. If the American farmer goes down, America's finished. I mean, it's done. When we start relying on other people for our food, like we have everything else that we have, our medicines and everything that people depend on to live, it can't go but one way. Bad. Bad. And not only that, but the other one I work in is dealing with death when people leave this world. And I'm gonna tell you something, folks. That's not a fun job. I've been in it ever since I got out of high school. Part-time, sometimes more times than others. It's just whenever and however. And they've been calling me a lot because it's been so busy. But I'm busy too, and it's hard for me to get away. I find a little bit of time a day to do something like this. But this is a venting session for me. Yeah, my video yesterday did 4 views as of now. And I know why it doesn't, because I say things people that they don't want to hear. And they, meaning you know exactly who I mean. They don't want to hear it. AI goes over all this stuff and they hear one word, it's shelved. You can't tell me that I have a video that'll do 700 or 800 and then it just stops. Not even one more view. I've got videos 3 months old that hasn't gotten one more view than what it has. I'll go through all of my analytics and see what it's done. Folks, this is a game of who they can get to give them money for ad revenue. They want you to have a buy me a coffee. They ask you to put it on there. I won't. They try to get you to finger people for money all the time because they get part of it. And this will never make me a cent. Not a cent. I'm not doing it for the money. But many are. Many are. Many are. That's all they're doing it for is the money. And some of these big content creators have lost a lot of money. Let me tell you, folks, I watch things that most people don't watch. Some of these people are struggling, man. And they're picking up anything they can say to bring in viewers or to get more subscribers because they've lost so many. YouTube is a business that fluctuates with people and what you talk about and what you don't. You can figure that out for yourself. If you say the right things, it's good. If you say the wrong things, it's not good. So, that's a little FYI for you. And a lot of my stuff nobody sees. Nobody will ever see it. If you see me and you like something that you've seen or you watched or you something I've said, just click on me and go down through it. You'll be surprised at the things that I have and look at the viewership on it. And when you watch it, if it doesn't do anything, then I'm wrong. But a lot of the things I'm saying is just true, straight up facts. But some people don't want to hear it. There's some people in this world that don't want to hear straight up facts. They want to be eluded with watered down information or whatever. They don't want to hear real facts, or they don't want to hear anything that they have to sit and watch for over 5 minutes because that's why shorts go so well, because they're 3 minutes. When your attention span is below 3 minutes, man, there's some problems. Especially people our age. I can see Gen Z being that way, but people our age, we should have a lot more attention span than that. But we're not, because we're falling victim to the same thing. So many of us have already. Folks, 22-minute video. I know most have done left and I'm talking to nobody, but that's okay. I said what I said, and that's the way it's going to be for me. So I'm not changing. I'm just not going to change. It's me, and I'm not going to change me. I've been my whole life this way, and I'm not going to change it for nobody. So people can they can do whatever they want to do. But I appreciate anybody that does hang around and watch. I really do. You absolutely don't know how much I do appreciate it, because that's the kind of people I want. That's the kind of people I want to watch for me. They want to watch because they enjoy what I say, or they believe in what I'm saying. This country's trash. Our food's trash. Dating is trash. And if you think it's ever coming back, any of it, you better think again, because it's not. There's none of this stuff getting no better. I'll tell you what's going to get better is if you don't believe in it, I can't change your mind in this amount of time, but I implore you to consider yourself. You can't do nothing about anybody else. Think about yourself. I implore you to go out and start watching or picking up something and reading that'll bring you closer to Jesus Christ. Because, folks, if you don't think that it's not well on its way right now, then you obviously have not read the Bible at all. But I would tell you to please do so. Because when it comes, that's the end of it. There's no more time. And I surely don't want to see nobody go to hell. If I can change one person's mind, just one, then I've done what I set out to do. Folks, I hope this finds you well. And like always, God bless you. Thank you for watching.